Ladies and gentlemen, good to see you all. Happy Sunday. We got a lot to cover, chat. Yeah, first of all, I missed you guys. Hi. I did get to meet Guzu and Soups and Saint. I met a bunch of people actually. And man, we were saying to each other like there's an NPC dialogue whenever people like charge at us. First thing is, wow, you are tall. And number two dialogue is, yo, I'm sorry for the DC, man. And man, there was so much line. Every time I'm walking around, they're like, oh my god, SAVIX D. Yo, you're tall. Sorry for the DC. Literally same two dialogue every time I meet anyone, dude. It was insane. We got some pictures too. We had a good time though. Goose is a good guy. He's the same. Soups was fanboying at the K-pop thing. And he was a rep paladin, so I had to push him around a little bit here and there, and we had a good time, dude. We had a good time. I would like to check out all the content with you guys. I saw a little bit at Blizzcon, but not too much. I actually, on the second day, I stayed up till 9 AM trying to finish the new video out, and we finally got it shipped, so I can relax now. I also want to cover, you know how people say like retail's dead and people hate retail? Dude, it's just online, kind of like Diablo. People say like people hate Diablo, but online on YouTube, it's like different audience. But retail WoW was so popular. That booth was like full. So when you hear online saying like retail's dead, just know that it's like the media, man. It's just painted in a narrative to show that it's dead, but dude, it's not dead. There's so many retail players. Sure you want, dude, this trailer was sick, man. Alright, we'll start with this and go down the road then, yeah? Here we go, boys. Hurricane is sick. I love his cinematics. They're awesome. This could be WoW 2 graphic. I wouldn't mind it. They just defeated Lich King and they're having a party. And then Deathwing just drives by. Yo, I gotta say, I was watching this at BlizzCon. It was fucking sick seeing it there on a big screen and with all that bass. It felt insane. It was cool. It's time to go defeat it, boys.
Sons and daughters of Gilneas.
The Worgens. Did I know Worgen's story? He's the most incompetent king, but I like the gameplay for Worgens. It's fun. This is a sick ass trailer, man.
Nelthorion, it is time to end this.
Oh shit, Alexstrasza!
All arrows shall burn. Everyone succumbs in the end. Deathwing.
That's Cho'Gath, right?
So that it's true.
Man, I wish WoW looked at this. This is like G shader, man.
So that its true lords may return.
I think this is an Unreal Engine, is it?
You dare trespass in
It's the same model, it's just different lighting. That's the thing, chat. It's just different lighting, it looks crazy cool. Battle for Gilneas. Chat, I forgot what this place was called. It's like Ashran or Wintergrass. What is this place called? God, I don't remember. Tobarog. That's right.
Deathwing, the destroyer, the end of all things. I am the Cataclysm.
Damn. like I said, I liked Kata. I know people like hate on Kata. I liked it because the questing changed. It was a lot more fun. We got a few more buttons and it wasn't terrible for me. I thought it made the questing a little bit more fun. But I don't think I'm gonna play it because same thing with Wrath. I played a bunch of Wrath and a bunch of Kata at the time. So I don't know if I want to repeat history, right? Here we go. Yeah, I just didn't. At least Guts, he is traumatized and like roughed up and he looks like a Giga Chad still. But Anduin, dude, come on, make him look like a Giga Chad. He got a beard, but he still looked a little clapped to me for some reason. I thought this was real life people, by the way. Seeing it in Blizzcon, like far away, it looked like real people. The graphics are insane. Dude, imagine in like 30 years this is the graphic for gameplay. That would be crazy. I guess he doesn't look that bad. From BlizzCon, like when I was sitting back there, he looked really bad, but I guess he looks okay. Why is Andon always crying? I want this arc to be where he's not that anymore.
We don't get to hide. Is that it?
You needed time. We stayed away. But time by itself heals nothing.
Why is he crying all the time? He's been living in World of Warcraft his whole life.
You didn't just come here for me. It's the visions. You've seen them.
I suspect many have lately.
Same, Kaiser. He can't quit, he lives inside there.
Something.
Locky.
Someone is calling out from the heart
Thank
of the
you, JD.
world. Like a voice from a dream. Something dark is coming, Anduin.
Yeah, this
world
graphic's insane.
needs your light again. My son.
Oh shit.
I am not that person anymore. I have no light.
Bro, this looks
Not
real,
after what I've
man.
seen. Not after what I've done.
You are not your past, Anduin. I trust you.
Dude,
More than friends, Kazoo Flush.
comrade, thank you. You know how this part's like emotional and like I'm sitting there like, damn. And Stoops keeps going next to me. Sheesh. I'm like, dude, stop fucking doing that. Everywhere we go, he's like, sheesh. And I can't focus, man. You keep hearing sheesh. You could ask Saint. He fucking spams that. He's an NPC for sure. And I kept saying, oh my god, Goose, you're so tough. We had like NPC dialogues. We were all NPCs.
They're getting worse. Look, whatever's coming, I'll stand with you. Of course I will. But we were drawn here by the voice. Who is it, Thrall? Who's calling out to us?
I'm not sure yet. But that sword was aimed at someone.
I stand with you, my war chief.
Thank you. And then I hear Soups going, sheesh. Damn, I'm excited. I'm excited. We're getting 3 expansions. Anyways, let's check out the next one. I think it's just a trailer, right?
My vision.
Oh, the voice, yeah.
Are not the
I like Alira. I'm happy she's back.
same as the others. No radiance. No song.
Was that her name? Alira?
Just the shadow taunting me.
She's
From
hot as
below.
if. Not only that, dude. Warcraft 2 Alaria. This was the only female character in Warcraft, chat. That was her right there. And I was like, holy shit. It's a female. One female in that whole game, I believe. Yeah, you guys have it nice. Back when I was older, man, there was no female characters. What about Sylvanas? Dude, Sylvanas was bad too. Sylvanas, Warcraft 3. That was Warcraft 2, but in Warcraft 3, dude. Sheesh! Chat, sheesh! This was insane back then. Back then, that's all we had, boys.
The fate of our world rests upon the edge of a knife. And our battle lies deep within.
Dude, I liked Sylvanas. She was a cool character. I feel like Shadowlands made me hate her. I used to like her a lot. Blizzard just made her like the most hated character.
Here's our first presentation. World of Warcraft, what's next?
We were on that left side, like right here. Me, Guzu, Stoops, and Sane. And Stoops keeps going, sheesh!
4 years have passed since the mortal races gathered together in Anaheim, California. And now, the drums of Blizzcon thunder once again. Let me hear the thunder! Yes! Ah! Oh, thank you.
Man, I cried like a baby when
Thank you
Chris
for
came
being
out.
here with us today.
Dude, I have to say, Chris Metzen, I thought he was gonna be, you know, whatever, but that guy knows how to own the stage. He's good. He's good at playing with the audience. Like, that is experience right there.
Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to the World of Warcraft
He's
What's
good.
Next panel. My name is Taryn Gregory, and as maybe you may have heard, thank you. As you may have heard from Chris during the opening ceremonies, we are at the dawn of a new era of Warcraft.
I hope he really like brings back
The World Soul Saga. A story that will play out over the next 3 expansions and will take us on an adventure in World of Warcraft like we've never experienced before.
He definitely had the
This
best
saga
crowd.
kicks off with the War Within. In this first chapter, our heroes will be called on an
Descendant, what's up?
expedition to the subterranean depths of Azeroth,
Me too.
revealing a
Me
new
too,
world
boy.
full of mystery, wonder, and darkness. There we will confront the shadows below and face new challenges on the battlefield as well as in ourselves. So what is next? During this section, I'll share an overview of the story of the War Within, and then next you'll hear from Maria Hamilton, who will speak to zones and cultures, and then wrapping up with Morgan Day, who will talk about dungeons, the raid, and our new systems. Let's dig in. In our cinematic reveal,
Voice
did you
crack,
guys,
I know.
enjoy the cinematic?
It's okay, we let him go. Cinematic was great. I liked it. Blood,
Big shout out
thank you
to
too.
the cinematic team for their work on that. It's just incredible work.
Very incredible indeed.
We witnessed as
looks like
Thrall
real life
found
people.
Anduin Wrynn, who has been wandering alone for the last few years, grappling, lost in his own thoughts, and dealing with the experience that he's been through, as many of you may have remembered. Throughout this and our features trailer, we learned two very important developments, starting with these visions. Thrall spoke of a vision calling out from the heart of the world, like a voice from a dream.
Where have I seen this? I feel like I've seen something like this. Maybe it's just like a big Kamehameha.
This radiant song will compel our heroes to investigate its origins, and while at the same time,
Yeah,
a
probably.
darkness has been gathering.
Azerite,
Even as the
Oppenheimer.
heroes adventured on the Dragon Isles, and in the War Within, the mysterious harbinger that Iridikron spoke of will reveal themselves. Xalatath has returned. Freed long ago from the black blade that once bound her, she is now the harbinger
Is it
of a
FF?
new
Maybe
era
it
of the
is.
Void's dark machinations. And her message is clear. The Black Empire has fallen. The old gods are dead. And their ancient blood runs deep within the cracks of the world. We, the heroes of Azeroth,
Welcome back,
destroyed
Pappy.
them.
Thank you, Gucci.
The forces of the Horde and the Alliance have proven time and again they are among the most powerful armies that have ever
Brody,
stood.
thank you.
The Harbinger has watched this. She is patient. And while the Black Empire failed, Xalatath now seeks to set in motion the rise of a new dark legacy. One that knows our true strength and will seek to test it against a new threat of terrible power, the Nerubians of Ashkahet.
Damn, I wanted to see this
Xalatath has
place.
conscripted the Nerubian queen Ansarek, having offered her people a new future, one in which they will
it
rise
looks
from their
amazing. It's
isolation as a mighty kingdom once again. And here in this sprawling city of Ashkahet, we will not find the undead soldiers of the Lich King that we faced before, but instead a new mighty stronghold of the Nerubians as they once were. Deadly survivors of the mythic wars that have played out time and again over thousands of years.
Oh, what
In
the? They're like
return-
actual people. I thought they would be all like Spider-Mans.
For their loyalty, Xalatath has granted the Nerubians the means of a dark evolution, one that will turn the Nerubians into a new kind of ferocious and terrifying soldier that we will clash against time and again in the War Within. Now let's talk about who we'll be adventuring with. How do you like the key art?
I love this art. It's great.
Several of Azeroth's greatest heroes will rise to the call of the Radiant Song, and many will be faced with their own unique challenges. Anduin, having survived his ordeal with domination. Yes, look at
Damn,
the art.
Anduin's becoming a man.
Incredible artwork. Anduin will be grappling with his
And before
relationship to
that'd
a
be
holy light that he
insane.
no longer feels worthy of. While
Dude,
Thrall
this is off topic, but I was in an Uber and this guy used to work with Disney.
Still waiting for World of Warcraft Immortal.
And
B.
he's saying every artist right now are complaining because AI is just taking all their jobs. It's crazy. He says all the people that made like book covers, AI just stole all their jobs. So yeah, a lot of artists are sad, man. It's insane. Yo, Chris, thank you for the 39 months, man. Thank you, thank you.
is seeking a connection to these visions, spreading across the world and working to find his new place in the Horde.
Yeah, they said they use AI to like fix up a completed art to like clean up, and it's kind of nuts, man. And that's only the beginning. I feel like AI is the genie bottle, and we're not gonna be able to put it back. It's gonna get crazy.
While Magni Bronzebeard, long the Speaker of Azeroth, will confront the heavy weight of that responsibility once and for all.
He's fucking back.
Champion! The Wounds Champion! Yes! But that brings us to, I know you saw this in the features trailer, Alaria Windrunner.
Lost.
Alaria's journey will be central to the events of the themes of the War Within, as she, a Void Hunter, will use all of her prowess to hunt down the Harbinger while being torn between her own nature and the maddening call of the Void to which she is attuned. Along the adventure, she will have a unique rivalry with Xalatath, whose twists and turns will
What
come to
happened with
define the
Alaria?
nature
What
of
do you
this
mean?
new
She looks
conflict.
good, man.
Of course, we'll see many more familiar
She's like
faces on our
5,000 years
journey
old.
and meet
Yo,
a host
she
of
kinda
new
looks
and
good
interesting
for that
characters
age.
along the way that Maria is going to tell you more about in just a moment. But finally, this saga is only just beginning. Conceived to be... Yes! Conceived to be an
Chat, I
epic
don't know the whole meme about the sword thing.
worthy of the first 20 years
Elf
of World
Hunter?
of Warcraft.
Bro, she looks good, man. Yo, if she's a male for fuck it, dude. F it, man. What's up? Yeah, I don't know the sword meme.
Conceived to be an epic worthy of the first 20 years of World of Warcraft, the World Soul Saga aims to redefine the storytelling in our expansion set and strike
They just ignored it for
boldly at the
years and
core
became a
themes that define
meme?
Warcraft.
Ah.
The might of heroes, the
Okay.
responsibility of that power, the pursuit of justice. Got to do my best Mets in there. Justice! And the importance of finding common ground as well as ourselves.
Okay, all right. I know we don't have a lot of time here, so I do want to do one last question. And so, at the end of Legion, so like there's a cinematic, and Sargeras, as you know, stabbed the Earth with a sword, and it's been there for quite a while, and I'm not really sure like where are things going with that.
Wait, what? What sword?
Okay. All right. I get it. I see. That's pretty much exactly what I would expect.
BB.
Okay, I got it. So people are questioning, why is that sword there like all fucking year? And what sword? And then they're finally coming back to it, I guess. Which makes sense. Your Twisted, thank you for the 11-month, appreciate it. I feel like the 3 expansions they revealed, they're taking a dive into like what they should have covered, right? And I think that's a good approach.
Amidst adversity. Up next, may I introduce Maria Hamilton, who will be sharing more about our zones and cultures in the War Within. Thank you so much.
I can never hear thank you so much the same. I just hear, yes, shit. Thank you so much.
Hello, Blizzcon.
I can never hear that word again.
I'm so excited to be here and delighted
Yo,
to
thank you for
represent our
24 months,
team.
definitely.
To tell you about the
Batia
places that
RUAAA.
we will explore and
Thank
the
you, thank
cultures
you.
we will encounter in the War Within. I can't really see all of you out there. I know there's a lot of you though, because I can hear you. And I hope to hear lots of oohs and ahs when you see some of this cool art I've got to show you. So let's get
All
started.
time, yo, thank you, man. Believing in thank you as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Okay, as Taryn mentioned earlier, we'll be called by the Radiant Song, dreamlike visions that come from the heart of the Azeroth. This summons is going to lead us to the subcontinent of Khaz-Algar, a place long forgotten. It's only through recent explorations in Uldaman that we've discovered a
That's a
Watcher
badass
report
jacket.
concerning a contingent of Earthen that was sent to this
Kaiser.
place long ago to investigate a fissure in the sector. What exactly that means, we don't really know, but we can probably speculate. So first, let's talk about the Earthen. There you go. All right, we have met
Brad, what's
Titan-forged Earthen before, of course, in Ulduar and other places. But this society of Earthen has
Those are
been
some cool concept
isolated
arts,
within
man.
Khaz-Algar for a really long time and have developed their own manners and
More
customs.
dwarves? Dude, we have like 10 dwarf variations. We have all the dwarves, right?
Now, visually, these Earthen are a bit
What do you think about these
larger
new
in
playable
stature.
race? Are they gonna be like allied race where it could be Horde and Alliance? Is that what it is?
And they're noticeably blinged out. They've got gems all over them,
They have
bedazzled,
3 now?
blinged out. You know, that
Honestly
kind of thing,
speaking,
right? But philosophically,
I do not mind
they are
them adding
guided by the edicts of the Titans,
more
a
options
set
for
of
players to
codified
choose
orders, duties, and
on the races. I think
expectations
it's cool.
that provide instructions.
I wish the drag deer
12
looked
months.
cooler.
Almost a year.
They look like soy lizards, but outside of that, I like them adding more options for players. I think it's cool. Quake, thank you for the 1 year. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
For the core functions of their society. You know, Titans, order, all that.
Is this my new main, really?
But the Titans have been absent for eons.
Wait, females can have
Are
beards?
longer
No
united
way.
in their adherence to these edicts. They now exist as 3 groups that are estranged from each other. The Oathsworn,
No way.
as their name suggests, still uphold the edicts faithfully and believe everyone else is doing it wrong. Their charge is guarding the Core Way, a Titan passageway that leads right to the core of Azeroth. They're primarily the city dwellers. They live conveniently near the object of their responsibility, that Core Way. Now, the Unbound, in contrast, have abandoned the edicts, and they are considered scandalously rebellious by the Oathsworn. Their original responsibility was providing the materials to keep the Titan installations supplied, and they're primarily rural. They're living in and around the quarries and the mines where natural resources can be acquired. They rarely interact with the city dwellers. They feel neglected and ignored because they have a different opinion on how they should live. Now, the machine speakers have strayed from the edicts in practice, but not with respect to their overall obligation to keep the Titan works functioning. They've had extremely limited contact with the surface dwellers, and they express no little disdain for those who just don't understand the great machines. Their homes are built around vast industrial projects under the surface that allow them to perform their functions in accordance with edicts, more or less. These different perspectives among the Earthen and their variable adherence to the Titans' edicts has weakened the society as originally structured. And that's not good,
Todd
of course.
Howard? Who's Todd Howard?
But a much more serious problem is their steadily dwindling numbers. For reasons that I'm not going to get into here and now, New Earthen can't exist until we help them out by doing
Okay,
some
I get what
things
you guys are saying.
and unite the Earthen
Cool,
society
thank you for the
once
2 months.
more.
Appreciate it.
Happily, as a result of our
Oh
actions,
shit, wait, they actually get a
the Earthen will
beard?
eventually be unlocked as an allied race. Yeah, they look sweet, don't they? Yeah.
Damn, they look kind of cool.
These player Earthen will replenish the culture's dwindling numbers and may join either the Horde or the Alliance. Yeah. It is, of course, player's choice which side you wish to ally with. But as you can see from a small sampling of combinations, there's some fantastic variations and customizations coming for the Earthen models, including different gem incrustations, beards for all body types, rocky skin patterns, tones, and more. Now that golden mohawk with the braids and the fringe beard, that's quite the look. But I really like the beardless guy with the bushy blonde eyebrows. He looks so cool. He's just kind of like, yep.
No, that guy does not look... He's the weakest link here, man. Even the females have a giga beard, dude.
What do you want me to do? So, anyway, all right, moving on. Another cool culture that players will encounter in the War Within is the Arathi. Yeah. Yeah, and you probably have questions, right? So these are descendants of the original Arathorian Empire, and they've arrived relatively
Damn,
recently.
this armor looks sick.
And through some somewhat mysterious circumstances. And they find themselves trapped here within Khazalgar. Mysterious mostly
these
because I
look
can't say
kinda
anything more about it
badass.
just yet because of spoilers, but it's not like spooky mysterious, it's the other kind. As a people, the Arathi are worshippers and wielders of holy fire. They are dedicated to bringing hope and light to the darkness. They're tough, resilient people, with every member of the society being an able combatant. Some few are further blessed with paladin-like abilities through their devotion to the light. Even their airships are powered by sacred flame.
Julian,
The
you
extent to
looked
which
so
they're
handsome
comfortable in battle
streaming
is
together with
probably a
Gazoo
good
on
thing,
BlizzCon.
because
I
they've
really
established a
wanted
home
you to
away
kiss
from
him on
home
the mouth.
in an
20 months,
enormous
baby.
cavern bordered by
Thank you
an
for the
endless
20
underground
months.
sea,
Appreciate it.
from which terrifying creatures emerge to rampage and create havoc. Not my idea of a cool place to hang out, but they're really, really tough. These watery monstrosities, though, are nothing
They're
compared to
looking
the
great.
threat from below. A constant swarm of Nerubians has been held back so far from invading the Arathi lands. The assault is unrelenting, the threat is dire, and the Arathi can't hold much longer. These bastions of light against the darkness are far from home.
Are they
and
just
limited in
humans?
number. Sure would be terrible if there was also division within the Arathi ranks. Just saying. That would be
Okay.
pretty rough, what with them being so outnumbered. We could probably help them.
Badass one. Different type of humans, okay.
All right, speaking of the Nerubians in the War Within, we'll explore their last
Dude, I gotta say, these guys look cooler than the Draktyr. We should have gotten these guys instead.
kingdom deep within Khazalgar.
They look cool.
These ancient survivors of the Black Empire who rejected their former masters have developed their own culture here in the deep darkness. As Terran mentioned earlier, Xalatath has made a bargain with the Nerubian queen Ansarek, who seeks a new future and
Yeah,
new
this is
glory
sick.
for
This
her
is like a
people.
new race.
The Nerubians are extremely capable and devious adversaries who have been honing their skills with their constant assault on the Arathi. But domination hasn't come fast enough for the Queen's taste, as the Arathi has managed to hold against this onslaught. So this deal with the Harbinger has included some assistance for her troops. Through some dark alchemical process, Xalatath has provided the knowledge required to evolve chosen Nerubians into paragons of their race, enhancing their viciousness. And Queen Ansarek has embraced these modifications with enthusiasm and eagerly offered her army to achieve the Harbinger's schemes. It appears to be a win-win situation. But not all Nerubians share their sovereign's enthusiasm for change and her embrace of Xalatath. Shadowy figures with far too many limbs maneuver against the Harbinger's plans in opposition to the Queen's desire. As you might expect, any foray into this Nerubian kingdom introduces us to a variety of citizens, including some
I love
folks
the
we've never
Nerubian
encountered
stuff.
before.
It's so
Here's
cool.
a layout of some of the Nerubian models that are completed and also some that are in progress, as well as scale reference for goblins and humans, so you just get a sense of size. In addition to the Nerubian citizens, there are also domesticated insects who serve the kingdom as beasts of burden
This is
and
pretty
pets.
new, Omar. It came out, what,
The
like
team is
a
hard
day
at
or
work
two
building
ago?
out the full range of carapaces, carapae, I don't know, whichever, skittering legs, grabby arms, piercing spiky bits.
No, I need to
and
watch it
creepy
again
eyes for
because
you
I
to
was with my
enjoy.
friends and Stoops kept going sheesh next to me. I couldn't hear anything, you know.
I guess.
And our seating was like we couldn't see that well.
All right, let's talk about our zones. The surface of Khazalgar is our first zone, called the Isle
I
of
missed a
Dorn.
few things too
This is the home
because
of
I was
the
working on
earth
my
and
video at
surface
home. I
dwellers,
went
as
late
well
the
as
second
other
day,
native
so I missed a
species of
lot.
creatures. The fertile soil, flowering plant life, and generous
Damn,
waterways
yo, player
provide
housing?
nourishment for animals in this untouched paradise. An important facet of earthen society is Cinderbrew mead. This volatile substance is manufactured from molten honey produced by enormous fiery bees. Their home groves are a remarkable sight
I like
as the
this
hearts of the
crystal
trees themselves
place.
glow
This
with
looks
lava-like
cool.
fluid. Harvesting is always an exciting time as the ferocious creatures are understandably protective of their hives. Now the roosts at Storm Watch are wreathed with lightning and fierce winds. These
Rico,
wild elemental
thank you for
rooks
3
may
months.
choose to serve a member of the Oathsworn, who if so blessed becomes a Storm Rider, one of the guardian warriors of the earthen people. The Unbound deal with hostile creatures from time to time, but for their most part, the existence of
Why is the
fairly
emote called
relatively
More Than
peaceful,
Friends,
fairly
man?
peaceful. Their comfortable homes are often situated near the places where they once labored as adherents to the edicts. Those sites are now in disrepair, and in some cases, the lair of other creatures. Of course, the Isle of Dorn
Holy,
boasts
this
a
place
great walled
looks
city where the
sick.
Oathsworn live and serve the edicts of the Titans. The city of Dornagal is the location of many important civic buildings, markets, traders, and crafters. And it's here that a
Okay.
traveler will find the expected amenities of a capital city, as well as the Titan Causeway, the defense of which is the Oathsworn's primary charge. Now, beneath the surface of the Isle of Dorn lies our second zone, the Ringing Deeps. As the name suggests, it is here that the Earthen are engaged in their work in accordance with the edicts.
Thank you.
In these industrial
Your hard
areas,
form.
this cavernous space
Good to see you,
are
man.
huge, complicated machines, lava-heated foundries and forges, and waterworks, both to cool and to power huge.
I just gotta say, Hawthorne is one of my officers. He's a great lead in there, and yo, I think I think hardcore's gonna die soon. Dude, November 30th, they're releasing the new one. A Season of Discovery. It's so soon. I wanted to get to 60 and raid, but I don't know if I can get to 60. By the time I get to 60, they're gonna release Season of Discovery, and I feel like everyone's just gonna play that, right? I think that's how it's gonna be, man.
Bro, look at him. Look at him go.
Holy moly.
Look at him go.
Yeah, but everybody knows when Season of Discovery comes out, all that crowd's gonna go play that. There's no way they're gonna be playing that. And then there's SSF mode coming out, and people are gonna batch us about that too, right?
Are you going to abandon the Bricked Brothers? BTW 3 months.
Thank you, man. I mean, there's been so many people saying I need to join OnlyFans, which is the streamer guild. It's better content and it's good for streamers, but I don't want to abandon Bricked Up Brother. I made it clear that I'm gonna stay with you, with my guys. Yeah, we'll still play it. I'm not abandoning it. I'm just saying I feel like everyone's gonna go play. Dude, this place looks sick, by the way.
To be a candle. No take candle.
This place looks sick.
No take candle. With the passage of time, the Earthen have diminished both in number and in the knowledge required to perform the various routines.
Rainbow, do you think I won't get in if I ask?
Old ways have been forgotten, and new creative methods must be employed if the edicts are to be obeyed. So they're kind of making it up as they go along. From the ringing deeps, we descend further into Khazalgar to reach Hollow
Damn,
Fall,
this place
a
looks
vast hollow area in the
insane.
Earth, bordered by an endless underground sea. This tenuous foothold under the bright light of an enormous crystal
This place looks
has allowed
insane.
the Arathi to survive, using their airships to travel to high plateaus and establish docks, light towers, villages, and even a priory. From their capital of Mereldar, these trapped people strive to keep hope alive and spread the light, while engaged in a near constant battle with the Nerubians at their borders. The open spaces, the bright light, and the greenery are intended to feel as though we're on the surface, somehow, rather than in this sort of strange hollow within Azeroth.
Dude, I love this. This looks the coolest out of anything.
Crystal
I love
provides
this kind of
brilliant
stuff.
light, warmth, and growth for vegetation. You may notice that all the blooming plants have opened
That's
their blossoms toward the light and seem to be reaching in that direction whenever they're in Hollowfall. Unfortunately, the crystal sun has been changing in recent years. Where once the light was steady and reliable, it now fades without warning,
It's great.
plunging the Arathi into darkness, save where they have built light towers and maintain their holy flame beacons. In the absence of this light, the dangerous Kobis and other fierce creatures emerge from the sea to rampage. As the Arathi are barely holding back the Nerubians, these unpredictable episodes are incredibly demoralizing and deadly.
Damn, this
Happily,
place looks so
the
much
light has
cooler
always
than
returned to the
Dragonflight
crystal.
areas.
So far.
I like that.
And at the deepest descent in the War Within, we reach the zone of Aj-Kahet. That almost rhymes. Anyway, the Nerubian city of Threads has been built on the ruins of itself, over and over and over again. As areas decay and crumble, a new district is built upon its ruins, and as a result, the city climbs ever higher. Those Nerubians favored by the Queen, or possessing enormous
He's kind of cute. He looks like a little puppy. Right?
wealth, or both, command the greatest views
He's
and
a little
live in the
happy
highest
guy.
places over these swarming masses of the many districts. The Burrows
He's
is
a
the
little
home of the
cute puppy.
scavengers, the forgotten, deep in the decay and the filth. The Umbral Bazaar is a trading hub of fine silks, fascinating alchemical discoveries, and other exotic and hard-to-find goods. The Skeins are the home of the lore keepers, and scholars who toil to maintain the history of their people and research myths and legends of Azeroth. There are many other districts and less than savory neighborhoods, both well.
This looks like the Zangarmarsh the tall walkers. Dude, those guys are goozes, by the way, man.
Known and secret
So fucking
that the
tall.
careful adventurer could discover, should they risk life and limb to do so. But the key to such exploration is fitting in among the Nerubians.
This whole like part she covered, it reminds me of like Wrath areas that are like enhanced crazy. And this part reminds me of like Zangarmarsh hybrid. It's cool, man. I like seeing
Both
these.
best accomplished through skill in the use of pheromones.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
considerable bravery. The zone of Aj-Kahet features areas of spectacular dark beauty that are
Look, he's in the
inhabited by
picture.
these
I'm not a
creatures
short
that have
guy
found a
too,
way
but
to
man,
live
Goose
among
is
the Nerubians
tall.
without being deemed
We were
a
like
threat,
giant people
found
just
to be
walking around.
particularly
Everyone's like little
tasty to
ants.
consume, or just too
And
much
every
fun
people
to
we
torment.
ran into, they're like, "Oh my God, you're
The
so
mobilization
tall."
of forces to assault
That's
the Iraqi
literally the
while also
dialogue. It's like
providing
Oblivion, and
military
everyone
might
like,
to achieve
"Oh
Zalatath's
my God, you're
schemes
so
has
tall."
stirred up all
We
sorts
walk
of
2 minutes,
inhabitants of the
another guy
darkness.
comes up. "Oh my
And
God, you guys
deep
are so
within the
tall."
city itself, the Nerubians are gathering an
That
odd
was the
substance.
same dialogue
Black
everywhere we
blood,
went.
the old gods.
Yeah.
For some unknown
And then
purpose.
Stoops' dialogue is when you click
But I'm
Stoops, he
sure
goes,
that's fine.
"Sheesh." That's all he
And now I'd like to talk a little bit about our zone flow. As I mentioned,
Dude, I love this.
Awesome,
I
huh?
love that our mounts are all getting the flying. It's great.
we travel from the Isle of Dorn into the Ringing Deeps, into Hollowfall, and then into Aj-Kahet.
Washida, I
In the
don't
War
know. You're gonna have to
Within,
ask
all of our
Stoops.
zones are connected all together using the airlock technology.
Holy dude, this scenery of this whole fly through, it looks great. It looks so
we
good.
developed for Zarelek Cavern, allowing for this seamless descent from the Isle of Dorn all the way to Aj-Kahet.
I feel like Destiny
That was
had
video
that.
I just captured
When I played
last
Destiny,
week
every
of the
angle looked
transition between
really
the Ringing
good.
Deeps and Hollowfall. As you can see,
That
we
looked
built
great.
for dynamic flight, and we were able to flow directly between the zones without the load screen. There is some seriously amazing swoopy goodness to be
I think
had
that's Goose's
moving
little
across
brother or
these zones
something.
and through these
Yeah.
spaces. It feels
That's not Goose,
so cool to burst out of a really tight area and into just a huge drop
That's cool
like
and
that.
Sonic.
It's so exhilarating. Now, this blobby map that I've got up here was an early attempt during development of our zone flow to try to figure out how we would stack these zones together and achieve the relationship between their geography and geometry that made sense and felt great to traverse. We ended up with something
What's up,
slightly
Kiwa?
different than this, but this is pretty representative to explain what the world builders were thinking about when they planned these spaces out. It was really important to our design
I like
that
that.
while 3 of the 4 zones are technically underground, they didn't feel that way, and that they were distinctly different from one another. We pursued that goal by introducing the natural cenotes in the Ringing Deeps and leaning into the fantasy of the classic underground foundry and industrial workspaces. So even in the zone that felt the tightest, there's places that look as though they're actually on the surface. And within Hollowfall, we created a massive hollow space in a cavern so vast it feels like an exterior, with a huge artificial sun in the form of a gigantic crystal. And in Aj-Kahet, we leaned hard into traditional Nerubian architecture with hanging nests and huge palaces built all over a decaying city that just falls away into the depths. And that is the last bit of eye candy I have for you today.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed this peek at what we've got in development.
Last candy, boys.
So now it's time for me to introduce you to Morgan Day, who's going to give you lots of information about dungeons, raids, and systems. Enjoy. Thanks very much. Bye.
Bye-bye. She was good at speaking.
Hello, BlizzCon. My name is Morgan Day, and I'm here to talk to you about some of the upcoming content, features, and systems in The War Within. I'm sure I'll also
Probably
make some funny
fuzzy.
faces that I'll regret later in thumbnails, but whatever. First up, let's talk about dungeons. There will be 8... Oh! There will be 8 new dungeons coming in the War Within, 4 during level up, 1 in each of the 4 zones that Maria just walked us through, as well as 4 at max
Yeah, I
level.
like your shirt. It looks
There's
badass.
a lot of really cool stuff happening in these dungeons. For instance, we have like a kobold dungeon where you'll meet that Candle King, where there's like a light mechanic that takes place. You have to kind of keep it going to light your way. There's a dragon riding dungeon, of course, but also one of my favorites is the Cinderbrew Meadery that Maria just talked us through. So this is a dungeon that takes place on our first zone, the Isle of Dorn, which is where you'll experience, all of our earthen buddies, and this is the place where they make that Cinderbrew mead that she was talking about.
I don't think that's a bee. It looks like a.
Is
that a bee? Dude, that looks cool. I want to write that.
And/or nefarious things.
I want that to be the gladiator mouth.
I do have to say, I feel like they're a little bit behind the times. I feel like all the kids are drinking.
Comics, what's up? Welcome back, Chef. Thank you, Chef.
They're old
It's
school.
cute. It's cute.
Next up, our raid, the Nerubar Palace. So this is an 8-boss raid that will take place in the zone of Aj-Kahet. And this is really the culmination of all of those machinations we keep hearing about that we see play out between the Nerubian Empire, their queen, and her collaboration with Xalatath. So for this next one, we don't normally show things this early, but I thought it'd be cool to share. On the left there, you can kind of see
this guy's
the top-down view of the raid. And on the right, it's more of like a side cutout. So we like to work on all of our dungeons and raids when they still look like this, as it's much easier to iterate.
Damn, they put a lot of work and thought process into this. This is cool.
In the game and it's all blocked out. So to step us through the raid really quickly, after barging through the front
I
door,
like this angle. They're showing every variation possible.
Pits of that black blood of the old god that you'll hear much more about in Aj-Kahet. And then you'll battle your way through the harvest pits, and then finally traverse your way back up through the stalactite wing, which is not a final name, I promise, until you finally fight your way into the Queen's inner sanctum.
Yeah, his
face-to-face
is
with
this
her
cephalic
as the end
vein?
boss.
I can see it,
as you can see, this will kind of feel like a winged raid in terms of the
Take a
vibes,
screenshot so we can make the most
of the player
optimal
experience, it'll actually be
route.
quite a bit more linear than what you might be used to for a raid with some winged vibes. So something that I also think is fun to talk about really quick is with all of our dungeons and raids, we like to try to explore like what is the thing that's going to make this space feel really unique, that's going to make it stand out from all the other times that we've built these dungeons and raids.
I didn't have new font. Wait, do I have new font? I didn't change anything.
Given that we have the Nerubian to play with, they've got all these amazing like webs and silken threads that you can kind of traverse the zone through. We thought it'd be really fun to explore verticality as a major element to this raid.
But you're right, it looks
I think
different.
That'll be
What
really
the
fun
heck?
to see what the team comes up with for that. Next up, let's talk about systems.
I like this artwork.
So I want to walk you through some of our features and systems at a really high level, but first I want to talk about some of the philosophies that are really guiding us to add these into the War Within. So first and foremost, we really want to continue to extend the philosophies of Dragonflight into the War Within. And really when we talk about that, there's 3 main pillars that I want to touch on. First, we really want to make sure that we're focusing on evergreen features. We want to make sure that we're making World of Warcraft better forever and not focusing on things that we know we're going to have to leave behind as we move into future expansions. Next, we want to make sure that there's something for everyone. So whether you're a hardcore raider, a PvPer, a collector, or apparently like Holly, you just love to play tons of alts and run around the world exploring things, we want to make sure that there's something in War Within that you can really geek out over and that resonates with you. And finally, we want to make sure that we're continuing to build on our philosophy and build on our systems and content with people who play multiple characters in mind. We want to make sure we want to make sure that we're building all of our systems to really respect the time of the player behind the keyboard and not focusing so much on the accomplishments of that individual character. So let's talk about delves. Delves are a new feature that will be integrated into the outdoor world experience. The fantasy of these is that they'll be joining the Dragon Scale expedition in their search for lost treasures all across Khazalgar. So delves are an evergreen feature that is really integrated into that outdoor world experience. we want delves to be a new pillar of endgame content for those outdoor world explorers. We really view this as something like when we added world quests back in Legion, where they are going to be really integrated and transformative into that outdoor world.
No, it's not.
especially
It's
that
not a
endgame
new
loop.
race.
So one of the main reasons I'm stoked about delves is that these will provide an opportunity for us to, give seasonal content and rewards to those outdoor world explorers. So that means things like, rewards that you're used to, like mounts, achievements, titles, but we'll also be adding a outdoor row to the Great Vault with War Within.
So there's like world PvP, I guess.
So that all of you outdoor world explorers will be able to share in the joy of, rushing to the Great Vault.
I don't know if this is gonna like, save WoW, but I think they're in the right direction. It looks pretty pog.
Every week to collect your loot. And there will also be 13 unique delves that we'll be launching War Within with. And delves will scale from 1 to 5 players and be role agnostic. So that means if you want to play a delve solo, that's totally cool. If you want to go with you and your partner,
Oh,
that works as
you
well.
could do
Or you
solo
can bring your
or
whole
with 5.
dungeon
That's
group
kind of
in,
cool. I
and
like
the
that.
delve will scale based on your group size and your roles. And I would be remiss
Yeah, it's
if I
like
didn't
Torghast,
mention
I
one of
guess.
my favorite features of delves, which I think Maria alluded to earlier, which is that there will be an NPC companion joining you on all of your adventures. So for season 1, that'll be Bran Bronzebeard, as you can see.
Okay. Good night, Mr.
And
Mochi.
Bran will be tagging along with you on all of your delve adventures and will totally never, not even once, aggro a pack of monsters that you didn't want him to. And I don't have my fingers crossed behind my back right now. So Bran will have a customizable talents and mechanics and abilities that you'll be able to kind of load out to suit your playstyle and needs. So, maybe you need a little bit of extra healing. Well, you can load Bran out to provide that for you. And finally, you wouldn't be exploring with the Dragon Scale
Yeah, he did
Expedition
that,
if at the end of every delve there wasn't this massive treasure trove that we need Bran to open for us, which hopefully brought a couple of keys to open some of the chests in there. But before Bran can open that vault for you, you'll need to maybe defeat a boss, maybe you'll solve a couple puzzles, something like that, and then Bran will be able to open that vault door for you. Next up, let's talk about warbands. It's happening!
Warbands.
So,
Oh,
warbands are a
dude,
system
this is probably the biggest take away from this.
that we're
This is
introducing
good.
That will really be the representation of all of your characters
This
across
is
your
good.
Battle.net account. Warbands are an opportunity for us to create a platform where you can share your achievements, resources, and all that other good stuff across all of those characters. So the goal of this system is really to be that representation of the philosophy shift that I mentioned earlier about really respecting the time of the player behind the keyboards and not those individual characters. There's actually a ton of additions and modifications. We've talked about a few here. There's no singular UI screen that says
Yeah, they should have
Warbands.
had this a long
It's
time ago,
more
but
of,
I mean, at least they're
all
doing
these
it now, right?
modifications
This
and
is a good
updates
thing.
and features are kind of wearing a big coat that says Warbands
The
on the back of
reputation
it.
is probably the
It's how I kind of
biggest
keep it
thing.
head in straight in my
Biggest
head.
thing.
But just to talk about a couple of those cool features.
Because years of playing
we'll
WoW and I had
actually
to
be
grind
revisiting
reputation for all my
the,
characters. It sucks.
transmog rules of how you acquire those appearances in the War Within.
Yeah, some
So
of the
for all of
places
you
it
who
shares
have-
now.
So that means all of you who have probably had to run 4 characters through all of those legacy instances just to make sure. you're
Yeah, I
collecting
know
the
it's the
appearances,
Lost Ark thing. Yeah.
That won't be the case anymore in War Within. You'll just be able to run it with one character.
Welcome back, SAVIX Peepo Cute.
And Holly mentioned this already, but this is obviously one that people are looking forward to. All of our reputations as well as renown in the War Within will be shared across your entire account.
Yeah, that's huge, man. It's huge. Thank you, Ace, for the 17. Appreciate it, man.
Last but not least, let's talk about hero talents. So here's a quick mock-up of what the UI will look like that I think really helps explain how these integrate into our current talent trees. But really quick, let's take a look at how this will work. So there will be 3 new hero talent trees per class, and 2 will be available per specialization that you can freely choose and swap between. And also, this is another evergreen feature. This is a system that we think is going to provide a new vector of choice and customization for you and all of your classes, as well as create opportunities for us to really dig into some of those core class fantasies that are, so amazing. So Hero Talents will introduce these new, small, self-contained talent trees like you just saw in the UI. And the way I like to think about it is like, currently we have 2 types of talent points, right? We have class talent points and specialization talent points. And now in the War Within, there'll be a 3rd type called Hero Talent Points. So let's look at a quick example, which hopefully explains it a little bit more. This is a warrior, as you can see. These are the 3 hero talent trees that they'll have available: Mountain Thane, Colossus, and Slayer. And as you can see in the top left, we have Protection, who will be able to choose between Mountain Thane and Colossus. Up on the right, you see Fury. Yep, that's right. Mountain Thane and Slayer are their options. And down at the bottom, Colossus and Slayer are their options. So this is how the majority of our classes are going to look in the War Within. The exception, of course, being druids and demon hunters, who are a bit special, so theirs will look a little different.
I think this is cool. It's an interesting thing.
So let's take a look at how you'll unlock the system, as well as how it'll feel playing through as you're leveling through the War Within.
Which one is the best?
So
I
the
don't know
system will
yet, man.
automatically unlock at level 71, and it'll just kind of appear in your UI. You'll earn 1 talent point per level as you level from 71 to 80. And there are 10 talent points in total, with several choice nodes along the way. So I like to think of this as being similar to like the Legion artifact, where as you were leveling and progressing, you were making some choices along the way, but ultimately you're going to unlock the whole tree. And also, I want to be very clear here. These are extremely low friction to swap between those choice nodes, as well as to swap between the different hero talent trees. So, this should be very analogous to your current talent trees and will follow all the same rules that you used to there. So, at the start of a raid boss, before
Best 3v3 comp for Colossus Arms Warrior.
And anywhere in between. And to wrap us up, I wanted to show off a really quick video of what hero talents look like in action. So this is a warrior, as you can see, pop an avatar, jumping in.
Dude, I've been playing so much classic. When I see retail, it looks cool, man.
And this next one is that same warrior with the Mountain Thane talent tree. As you can see, Stormbolt hits
It's more
targets.
vibrant
There's
than
cool
classic WoW,
VFX,
100%.
And a lot of other cool stuff going on there as well. I heard some oohs.
Thoughts so far? I think these are cool.
Our effects artists will be
I'm open
happy.
to new things and trying out new
that about wraps
stuff,
us up
so
for
I'm not really
our What's
mad
Next
about
panel.
it. I remember when I was talking to S-Fan about Season of Discovery, it sounded like he wasn't really liking it a lot. But I'm curious why he doesn't like it, because Paladins get Taunt and Crusader Strike. Like, I feel like Discovery seemed cool to me, at least. It's better than getting another Season of Mastery, which is just a repeat with tweaked health. Like, that's boring. I feel like Discovery, at least we get to find the runes for new abilities. I think it's interesting, man. I think it's pretty cool. POV, you're 25 on Season of Discovery.
Season of Discovery is vanilla WoW with a spicy twist.
No
You're going to
way.
discover new secrets as you scour the world and find class-altering abilities.
Whoa.
The season is going to launch with an initial level cap of 25, and when you hit that max level, you'll be met
I'm
with
so
a brand new
hyped.
level 25
Oh my
and
god.
Only after the launch.
Oh man. This silly paladin thinks he can duel me. Eat dust. Check out my insane damage. Wow. I love having Wrath ability.
Dude, I don't know why this actually looks fun though. This is what Asmongold like preaches about. He loves unbalanced things. He says Classic WoW is fun because it's so unbalanced. And there's like power trip you can do.
In vanilla.
If
WoW.
you're this guy,
this is so fun.
You're probably
I
having a
haven't
fucking
had
blast.
This much fun in years. Look at these noobs trying to kill me. I'm literally immortal, and my Chaos Bolt one-shots everyone. Hell yeah! This is the best thing Blizzard has ever done. It's blown my
I mean, it looks fun to me.
expectations out of the water. Say good night. Boom. Haha. Come get some. Here we go again. I just love this so much, and it only cost me 10,000 euros. Now I'm full bis for the first phase. And look, these noobs don't stand a chance. Oh no, I might actually die. God damn it. Well, now's a great time to
Chat, I kind of want Season of Discovery Hardcore. That would be sick,
go
no?
into a BFD GDKP as a Warlock tank. SOD hype,
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I love this farm.
SOD hype.
I remember I saw the mob. I was bad chesting. It's sick, dude. Okay, is this the Season of Discovery stuff? Okay, I want to watch that for sure.
Wow, look at this crowd. Hello, BlizzCon. My name's Josh Greenfield, and I'm the senior game producer on WoW Classic. I'm here to talk to you today about our new season for a Classic World of Warcraft, Season of Discovery. Today, I'm going to give you an introduction and an overview of what our season is at a very high level, as well as giving you an idea of what our major features are. After this overview, I'm going to hand things off to a few other Classic team members to dig into some specifics about what I'm going to cover. So let's go ahead and jump in. So it seems fitting to start off talking about discoveries. It's in the name after all, so it seems pretty important to the season. When you first start a character in Season of Discovery, it'll look and feel identical to original World of Warcraft. You'll slay kobolds, you'll give lazy peons a bonk, all the kind of normal things you do when starting fresh in World of Warcraft. When you get to around level 2, however, in the starter zone, your class trainer will offer you a new quest, and this is to go find your first rune. We'll talk about runes in a little bit more in a minute, but after that intro quest, the game simply tells you, go find more.
Engraved
And that's
blood.
kind of where discoveries
Crusader
come
Strike.
in. Discoveries are essentially secrets.
Dude, I don't know if I
throughout the game
play
world.
Red
They
or
usually
Rogue
aren't
now.
quests in the
Fuck.
traditional sense. There's nothing on your map to show them to you. This is Classic after all. And some may be as simple as a treasure coffer deep in a kobold mine, but many are small events kind of unto themselves. Oftentimes
I would like it
require
harder,
more than
Hawthorne,
one
but I don't
player,
think it will be.
a little bit of creativity or some keen observation skills to obtain. One of the things we love about Azeroth is the sense of awe and wonder it inspires. It's a massive world. But due to the kind of solved nature of original WoW, it can sometimes feel a lot smaller than it did when we first started our adventures. Discoveries are a way to disrupt that a bit. Keep the world familiar, comfortable, but add enough new things to find to evoke that sense of adventure and exploration we first felt when we stepped foot in Azeroth. Beyond the next hill, deep in the next crypt or cave, something exciting could be hidden. One other thing we love about Discoveries is this social and information sharing aspect. For those first few weeks of each phase, we hope to find secret finding communities pop up, both in and out of game, as players scour Azeroth to find all these little hidden things. We can't wait to read general chat as players begin sharing what they found.
Got to be honest, was quite boring to see they just copy dungeons into raids like BFD
and we
looked
can't wait
trash.
to see how long it takes for all these little secrets to be found.
I mean, it's only up to level 25. They didn't show a whole lot. Hopefully we get more stuff, right? But yeah, what did you guys expect? I'm curious, like, what did the Classic Plus people like expect? What did you want from Classic Plus, chat, if it was happening? Just specifically people that were like super upset about Discovery and wanted Classic Plus. Obviously we all want it, right? I don't know if they know what they want though. This isn't Classic Plus I personally wanted. Why couldn't they just implement the changes I personally asked for? Quit having fun. They want Classic Plus, but no changes, just fresh. No, I think I mentioned when people said like, what is Classic Plus? Classic Plus is finishing the areas that were undiscovered, kind of like the Timber Maw dungeons. Maybe Highjaw, and a little bit of class tweaking, right? For example, Shadow Priests, Boomkins, Shamans, like they don't do that well in classic raids. It's just warriors and rogues pumping the meters, or major warlocks just pressing Shadowbolt or Frostbolt. That's kind of boring. So make it where paladins get a few buttons. I think they did a good job of adding the taunt and the Crusader Strike. I mean, what paladins would be mad about that? How can you be mad about that, right? Well, you are getting BRD, no more SM. Yeah, we're getting an SM raid for sure. I just want them to make the difficulty a little bit higher. I don't want it like super hard, but just a tiny bit. Because when I talked with everyone that played it there, they said it was way too easy. And they had 25 people clueless and they were clearing everything. And I don't think that should be the case. Like, making it a tiny bit harder and challenging so that the fun is there, right? If it's a breeze and it's farm, it's not fun, in my opinion. Because we already do that in original classic or Wrath, like people clear in like one day one of the raid release, because we know everything, right? BFD plus, yeah, it's only up to level 25 and they're just gonna slowly going over. I think this is good approach, by the way, because we've done like the beta testing and alpha testing for the classic stuff, and whenever they limit it at like level 30 and level 40, you can ask payout too. Like, it's fun because you're farming for things you didn't really farm at level 30, but it's the cap. So if it's level 25 cap, I think people will have fun trying to explore and do stuff at 25, and it will make it where some of you guys that don't get to play much as the streamers, that always say, oh man, they get to play all the time, I'm behind, I don't know if I want to play anymore, right? At level 25, that's not that far, so everyone will get to that point and there's like a hold where people can't just burst through. Because how shitty does it feel when the game just came out and some streamers already level 60, full geared, crazy out of their mind? It's like, dude, I'm just starting to level, I just got to level 5, whatnot, right? So them limiting it at 25 will make it where people don't feel like they're behind. And I think people will have fun with it. I think they will have fun with it. I think it's a good approach that they're testing with. We should go in with open mind. If it sucks, and we say it sucks. But I don't think it's right to judge it right away and say, oh my god, this sucks, right? I think people will still play it.
In order to preserve this sense of discovery, we will not be holding a public beta or PTR for Season of Discovery. Thank you, yeah. We want day one of Season of Discovery to feel as fresh and full of surprises as we can. So we're taking a chance here to keep those first few weeks as exciting as possible. The last thing we'll say about discoveries now is that we wanted to craft them in a way that really felt at home in original WoW.
A dev talking to S-Fans said they're taking all the feedback seriously. They are, man. I could back them up on that. You know how there was a bunch of griefers and I made that griefer video and I was talking to them about all the griefers and they executed that griefing thing pretty damn nice in hardcore. If you guys had griefers still running around, it would have been miserable, but they did a good job with that stuff. So they do take in feedbacks a lot better than before. After the what do you even call it? The milk scandal, or you know how Blizzard had that scandal? After that, they've been pretty damn good at taking in feedbacks. And they're trying to like recover from it.
Or an object, and someone would hesitate and say, like, is this from 2004? Is this new?
Yeah,
and
the
like,
milk thief and the harassment and whatnot.
Us, that's a great success. The idea here is that these things feel as like a natural part of Azeroth as it was at this point in WoW's history. Next, let's talk a little bit about level-banded content phases and what that means. In essence, level-banded content phases are how we're going to approach the level-up journey in Season of Discovery. When we initially launch, the level cap in Season of Discovery will be level 25. After a number of weeks, the level cap will increase to a higher level for the next phase. So, why a level cap of 25 to start with? Well, our inspiration for this actually came from the WoW Classic Beta in 2019. We saw how much fun the game was when the level was capped at a lower level, and how players would find new and exciting talent and item combinations to optimize around. And this is something we've always looked back fondly on, and it's something we've wanted to sort of explore ever since. We also realized how approachable an initial lower level cap could be. We talk a lot internally about approachability on WoW Classic and respecting players' time. there's a major goal of this level banded approach to really give you a chance to get into it. One of the things we really consistently see on forums or social media too is it too late to start? And oftentimes we'll hear this literally within a day or two of a new release. And obviously it's never too late to start playing Classic WoW. But as we've all, grown into additional responsibilities and found ourselves spending maybe a little less time playing games than we used to, we can definitely feel that sense of kind of fear of missing out or FOMO when we log in after a long week and see our friends 10 or 20 levels ahead of us. And for that, this level banded approach is perfect. There will be plenty to do in each new leveling journey, from the quests and dungeons and battlegrounds we all know and love, to finding all the brand new things to discover across Azeroth. And then later on, leveling new alts to find all of their hidden discoveries as well. There's lots to do, but we're hoping that you won't ever feel that sense of being behind just because you couldn't play on a given day. We also plan to give a very sizable experience boost to the previous level band every time we raise the level cap. This is kind of similar to Joyous Journeys and Wrath Classic, if you're familiar with that. So even if you miss a phase or once a level in alt, you'll be able to catch up to your friends in no time. So the next thing we want to talk about is in-game at level cap. So when we kind of decided on this level banded content approach, we had to kind of sit down and ask ourselves, what is in-game when the level cap is 25? And first, I think it makes sense to talk a little bit about our inspiration. And this is something we really keep coming back to a lot on Classic. Since this is a version of original WoW, we wanted to start out grounded in familiar locations and put the focus for the new stuff on fresh gameplay and mechanics in those iconic dungeons and locales. To that end, our first raid in Season of Discovery will be the iconic dungeon, Black Fathom Deeps, reimagined as a 10-player raid instance. Thank you.
They need to make it harder though.
Next,
just a
one
tiny
of our
bit.
main goals
I think the idea is good.
These are fully featured, deep, satisfying raids, and not simply the addition of a few mechanics to existing encounters as they were in 2004. All of these encounters are a full ground-up redesign and should feel like proper raid.
No, I'm not making my cat that big.
And of course, with new raids comes lots of new loot. In addition to raids, we also really want to play up that PvP aspect. And as a result, we're planning to add several outdoor PvP events to the game as the level caps increase. Thank you. Lastly, one of the things we're most excited about is where we go when we start getting to higher levels. We are leaving the door open to the possibility of completely new experiences and the prospects of exploring previously unfinished or unused locales for future raid and dungeon content. We're starting at level 60. I know, I'm excited too. I'm excited too. We think that level 25 is going to be full of great, memorable gameplay that feels right at home in original WoW, but this is just the first step, and we think the best is yet to come. So next, let's kind of change gears and talk about rune engraving a little bit. So this is one of the most exciting new things about Season of Discovery. One of the most consistent pieces of feedback we've gotten from previous iterations of original WoW, such as our Season of Mastery, is that many players would like to try some adjustments to their favorite class or spec. We really wanted to take a chance with Season of Discovery and go kind of wild here, and we did. That's where rune engraving comes in. Rune engraving is a new skill that all Season of Discovery characters know automatically on character creation. Rune engraving allows you to gather, learn, and apply new class abilities directly to your equipment, kind of like enchants. In the initial 1 through 25 experience, you'll be able to discover runes in your chest,
honestly,
legs,
this is
kind of
like the Azerite powers.
Additional runes for other item slots will be discoverable.
You had in helmet
over time.
and chest, right?
Once learned, runes are permanent.
Shoulders
and can be
too.
applied and reapplied to your
This
gear
is on
at will,
chest,
just
leg,
out
and
of
hand.
combat.
Put the rune on.
One of the most exciting things about these runes is that they exist completely outside of the talent system, meaning that you could very realistically splash in
I think the idea is
damage
still
abilities
really
with
cool.
a healing talent spec, so you could solo a little bit better, or you could swap maybe to tanking ability runes to round out the tank spot in your 5-player group if you're missing one. You may also encounter previously
Imagine having runes. Dude, if there's another Makra tournament for this place, mages are gonna win. I heard mage healing is insanely good. And mage is already insane.
And shaman buffs as runes, which helps bring some parity to each faction without those classes losing their unique flavor or the factions losing their unique flavor. In order
Well, I
to
guess
also
warlocks,
streamline
since
the
they're gonna
talent
be
system to go along with
tanky, even
runes, we do
tankier.
plan to
Oh
adjust the respec
the
cost to be much
SL
more
lock
nominal
is gonna be like a mega
particularly at
tank.
low levels.
Welcome back. You will play SOD on EU, right?
And
Coach.
that's not all. That's not all. Who knows?
Fuck, I wish they just added. I mean, I don't mind this too. Reduce talent, respect cost. Can they just put duo talents so we can have one PvP and one PvE? Because I fucking hate like, oh, do you want a duo? Okay, let me run back to Ogre. Alright, I'm back. And you do like 10 duels. Alright, I gotta go change spec again. Put all your talent. Alright, I'm ready for raid and dungeon now. Dude, I hate that. Did they mention dual spec? Oh my goodness. Alright, God bless them. Hendra, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate
That's
it.
not all. That's not all. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, someday you won't be constrained to just one talent spec in Season of Discovery.
Okay. Okay.
So, overall, we've been playing this a ton internally.
Please,
We've been having
dual
so much fun
talent.
with it. It's everything we love about classic.
Kobo, thank you for the 25. Chat.
Full friends with benefits more than friends. Full
Type
PPC,
2.
Mr. SAVIX.
Type 2 if you will be mad for getting dual talent. Type 1 if you're happy about dual talent. Alright, mods, ban everyone that type 2, okay? Ban everyone that type 2. Alright, let's watch the video now.
Plus, so much more.
Get those guys out of here.
At this,
Take them out.
I'd like to hand this off over to one of our lead software engineers.
Why do you guys want one talent? Are you guys like CBT? You like getting tied up and just getting beat up? What is this? Why do you guys want one talent? That's so crazy to me. That's so crazy to me. Can you give me a good reason why you want one talent tree? Not duo. Because that's not my version of Classic Plus. We're banning that guy for sure. Why would you not want dual talent? I like to waste my time. That's exactly what you're doing. You want to waste money and your time running back and forth changing your specs. It's so dumb. So I can have an excuse why I need to meme build I can't change. Okay, so there is no good reason. There is no good reason at all. It's classic about community. They rarely have good take. Yeah, I don't think it's good take. All right, let's continue
to
on.
talk about some specific abilities you may encounter on the different
Thank you, Ryan.
classes,
I
as well
appreciate
as
it.
to talk a bit
You did
about
have
our
a good
PvP
duel.
plans for Season of Discovery. Take it away, Nora.
You missed the line. Well, sorry, did I miss something good?
At this, I'd like to hand this off over to one of our lead software engineers. And sprint counter pre-is out the tank spot in your 5-player group if you're missing completely. One of the most exciting things about these runes is that they exist completely outside of the talent system, meaning that you could very realistically splash in, damage abilities with a healing talent spec so you can solo a little bit better, or you could swap maybe to tanking ability runes to round out the tank spot in your 5-player group if you're missing one. You may also encounter previously faction-specific paladin and shaman buffs as runes, which helps bring some parity to each faction without those classes losing their unique flavor or the factions losing their unique flavor. In order to also streamline the talent system to go along with runes, we do plan to adjust the respec cost to be much more nominal in Season of Discovery, particularly at low levels. And that's not all. That's not all. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, someday you won't be constrained to just one talent spec in Season of Discovery. Who knows? So, overall, we've been playing this a ton internally. We've been having so much fun with it. It's everything we love about Classic, plus so much more. At this, I'd like to hand this off over to one of our lead software engineers, Nora Valletta,
I don't
to
think I
talk about
missed
the
anything. I
specific
think I
abilities you may
heard
encounter
all
on the
of
different
this.
classes, as well as to talk a bit about our PvP plans for Season of Discovery. Take it away, Nora.
You missed it.
Thanks,
What did I miss? What did I miss? He said it.
So, overall, we've been playing this a ton internally. We've been having so much fun with it. It's everything we love about Classic, plus so much more.
Ah, Classic plus so much more. He said the thing. You guys wanted me to hear that. Oh my god, dude.
At this, I'd like to hand this off over to one of our lead software engineers, Nora Valletta, to talk about some specific abilities you
He
may encounter
said
on
the
different classes,
thing.
as well as to talk a bit about our PvP plans for Season of Discovery. Take it away, Nora.
I thought we were talking about the talent side, so I thought there was something about that.
Thanks, Josh. Hey, BlizzCon. My name's Nora Valletta, and along with Anna, I'm a lead software engineer on WoW Classic. There are over 100 runes in the 1 to 25 leveling bracket across all classes, and we'd love for you guys to go forth and discover them on your own. However, to give you an idea of what to expect, I have a few to share with you today. First things first, I want to share some of the things we had in mind when designing runes in Season of Discovery. One is to shake up the meta. Our seasonal content is a great opportunity to deliver WoW Classic, but with a twist. With our non-seasonal content, we try to deliver a Classic experience close to the original, but with Seasons, we have the freedom to experiment with what-if scenarios, such as, what if rogues could tank? What if paladins did have a taunt? On that point, we wanted to introduce abilities such that each class has something special, something that other classes can point to and go, dang, that's so cool, I wish I could do that. Many of the runes you find are greatest hits remixes of popular abilities from various WoW expansions, so many of them will be familiar to you. That said, some of these familiar abilities may actually behave a little differently than you remember. Some spells and abilities you'll discover have never been introduced before in any WoW expansion. For these, we were careful to make sure they were an appropriate fit for class fantasy. Most importantly, we want Classic to continue to feel like Classic. Many of the iconic spells and abilities you've seen in various WoW expansions feel fitting for that expansion or fitting for modern WoW, but would feel out of place in Classic, so we tried to avoid introducing anything with a too modern feel and made adjustments wherever it made sense. Anyways, enough of that. Let's take a sneak peek at some of those abilities. Druids. In Season of Discovery, you have...
Sorry, I'm so hesitant on clicking it because when I'm not streaming and I'm like cooking and watching video, I watch everything on ×2 because it's just faster.
An interrupt called Skull Bash, which can be used in cat or bear form.
I think this is fantastic.
Fury of Storm Rage removes the mana cost of Wrath. Dealing damage with Wrath has a chance to make your next healing
Skull
touch
Bash,
instant.
that's huge.
Wild Growth applies a heal over time effect to your target and up to 5 nearby party members. Hello, Hunters.
Hi.
Beast Mastery will increase your pet's damage, health, and focus regen. Growl is now a proper taunt. Explosive Shot is a ranged damage over time ability, and Lone Wolf gives you a damage boost if you have no active pet.
Pretty cool.
Pair this with dual wielding, and you've got yourself a mean melee hunter. Mages. Iceland.
Fuck, dude. Iceland is so huge.
Spell that deals triple damage to frozen targets.
So big.
Living Flame.
God, dude, Mage is gonna be so fun. Frostbolt, Iceland's Conoco, Fireball combo, like
Causes
they're gonna be
flames to erupt
so
and chase
strong.
a nearby enemy, leaving a burning trail in its wake. And Regeneration is a heal, which marks your target with a temporal beacon.
I heard this
Another
is
rune
OP.
ability called Rewind Time will heal the damage taken over the previous 5 seconds. You can heal other
Thank you
people
for the
with this,
2
by
month,
the way,
right.
not just yourself. So I hope you've made room on your roster for mage healers. Paladins. In WoW Classic, they don't have a taunt, but here it is.
This is
Season of
huge.
Discovery.
Big.
Hand of Reckoning is your taunt. Knowing this ability will also increase the threat bonus of Righteous Fury and cause you to gain mana when healed by other players. Crusader Strike is a weapon attack.
Huge.
It's a weapon attack which costs no additional mana and instead regenerates your mana slightly with each hit. And Seal of
This is
Martyrdom
insane
can be
too.
activated to cause melee attacks to strike other nearby targets.
This literally is giving what Paladin needed in Classic. I mean, this would be great in Classic Plus as well. I don't see how Paladins can be mad about this. This is insane.
You'll lose health when inflicting
It's
damage
insane,
with this.
Godan.
However, nearby party members will gain mana based on the damage you take. Priests. You can channel Penance to heal
Penance,
nearby friendly
dude.
targets or deal
Fun
damage to enemy
ability.
targets. Prayer of Mending heals your target the next time they take damage or receive healing. Afterwards, it'll
Thank you,
bounce to
Pizza.
another friendly player nearby. Homunculi animates
Homunculi.
3 miniature copies of your character,
cool.
which will attack your target with a mace, a sword, and an axe, reducing their attack speed, attack power, and armor, respectively. Rogues. From stealth,
Rogues.
Shadow Strike allows you to teleport behind your target and strike for a nice big chunk of damage.
dude, that's so huge.
And Venom is a finishing move. It deals poison damage based on your deadly poison doses on the target, and also increases the frequency of applying instant poison for some time afterwards.
Chat, dude, I'm gonna play both, but I think I'm gonna start with Rogue first and then Paladin, or do I go Paladin and then Rogue? God.
Just a Flesh Wound is our rogue tank ability. You generate way more threat, You take reduced physical damage while Blade Dance is active, you're less likely to be critically hit by melee attacks, and your Feint ability turns into a taunt called Tease.
That's cool.
Shamans.
That is so cool, chat.
Lava Lash deals offhand weapon damage. Offhand. In Season of Discovery, Enhancement Shamans.
Damn, Shaman sounds fun too.
Not pictured here.
This is
Happy
cool,
hunting.
chat.
Healing Rain is a gradual AoE heal which can be placed on the ground, or on a lamppost, or on the ceiling. Way of Earth allows you to perform the coveted role of Shaman Tank.
I'm genuinely excited for this.
With this, you'll deal increased
This is so
threat,
cool.
you'll take less damage, and Earth Shock becomes your taunt. Warlocks. Haunt deals damage, increases all shadow damage you deal to the target, and heals you for the damage it dealt once it's dispelled or expires. Chaos Bolt sends a big beefy bolt of fire at the enemy. It always hits.
Dude, these are abilities like every Warlock one. If you're Destruction, you want Chaos, or if you're Curse, you want Haunt.
It can't be resisted, and it causes all of your fire
So
spells
cool,
to pierce
man.
through absorption effects.
So cool.
And Metamorphosis.
Oh my god. Dude, I would get a boner for that if I was a Warlock. Metamorphosis is
This
so
is your
fun.
shapeshift, allowing you to
So
transform into a
fun.
demon, similar to a druid's bear form, increasing your armor and reducing your chance to be critically hit. Searing Pain becomes instant, Shadow Bolt becomes a melee cleave, and Curse of Recklessness is your taunt.
That's cool, man.
Warriors. Victory Rush is a weapon attack that can be used after killing an enemy. It will heal you for a certain percentage of your health.
I thought
Devastate.
Warrior would get Bladestorm or Heroic Leap, but I think they made the right play because Warrior is just such a good class in Classic WoW. They didn't give them anything.
It will cause your Sunder armor to deal main hand weapon damage, increased for each stack of Sunder armor.
True, we
already
might
on the
get more.
target.
This is only level 25.
And
That's
Raging
true.
Blow is a vicious strike that deals heavy damage, but can only be used while enraged. Now this is just a taste of all the abilities coming to classes in Season of Discovery. And really, bottom line, we want everyone to feel OP.
Yeah, I think that was good. Damn, this makes me feel like they are within the community now and understand,
Anyways.
right?
Enough about runes. Let's instead
I
turn
think they
our
did a good
attention
job.
to the ancient forest of Ashenvale in northern Kalimdor. Ashenvale is known for its beauty, its
Pretty
rich
meh for me.
natural resources.
I know your ass is gonna
and
play
its role
this.
as a hotly contested territory.
All the
between
people
the
saying
Horde and the Alliance.
shit, they're gonna play it.
In Season of Discovery, earning kills while in Ashenvale will trigger
You're
a
trolling. What are you gonna
zone-wide
do? What are you
PvP
gonna do? You gonna play Classic Era again? Are you fucking mental, bruv?
event. During this event, a leader will appear in the zone for each faction, a Farseer for the Horde, and a Priestess of the Moon for the Alliance. Your objective is simple. It's to defeat the enemy leader. Now this
Okay.
is easier said than done. These leaders are tough, so you'll have to work together
I think
to
this
take
will be
them
fun
out.
too.
In addition to the main camps where those faction leaders reside, various other camps will spawn across the zone for each faction. The Priestess of the Moon and the Farseer are each buffed by respective leaders in those smaller camps. The more of those small camps you can take out, the weaker your enemy's faction leader will become. Sounds familiar. It's much like Alterac Valley. This event is an awesome way to earn honor, as well as reputation with Warsong Gulch factions, which allows you to unlock some of the best level 25 gear in the game. You'll also be able to earn a mount, which you can actually use at level 25, but only in Ashenvale.
Classic Plus, tanks everywhere,
It will
more
increase your
healers.
speed by 50.
Yeah, that's fantastic, because how many of you guys played hardcore and can't find the tank or healer? It just gives more option for some classes to heal or tank, which will be optimally better, in my opinion.
50%, giving you the extra boost you need to seek and destroy the enemy. So, come kick some ash in Ashenvale. I'll see you there. Anyways,
Forky, thank you,
I'm done
man.
enough talking. It's time for me to pass things off to
Fight
Tim,
in
who's
wide.
going to talk to you about raids and the PvE endgame. Take it away, Tim.
Alright, It's the last bit, I believe. Yeah.
Thank you, Nora. Hey, BlizzCon!
Yeah, role's still the same. It just gives them option to like
My name is Tim Jones, and I'm
respect.
the assistant lead designer on World of Warcraft Classic. Woo! Multiplayer content is the heart of World of Warcraft. Whether we're questing
I have to check
together,
this out. It's
running
an
a
hour
dungeon,
long, though.
crafting an item for a friend, or chatting in guild about where to find that new metamorphosis rune for Warlock, WoW offers one of the richest multiplayer experiences across all of gaming. And Season of Discovery aims to deliver on providing new group content that's both challenging and rewarding. Now first, I want everyone to take a moment with me and imagine, alongside the Zorm Strand on Ashenvale's north coast, lies the ruins of an ancient elven temple to the goddess Elune. Evil stirs within, drawing the likes of the Naga and the Twilight's Hammer in search of power and anything that could hasten the coming of the old gods. Maybe you've been here before, maybe not. No matter your familiarity with this place, it's hard not to be drawn in by the mystique, the rich art, the level design.
We'd have to wait 5 years for this to come out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's coming out soon. I feel like it's so soon.
On the classic team, we couldn't help but ask ourselves.
God, I kind of don't like that check because I wanted to dabble my feet a little bit in the new retail patch. But this comes out on the 30th. It's so soon. When is the new patch for WoW coming? The retail one, chat? Retail comes out in 2 days. Yeah, it's just it's tight. I mean, MMO players are eating well this year for sure then. Or I guess end of this year. 7th, okay. Sheesh. Dude, fucking Steve's, man.
Could this amazing location be more than just a 5-player dungeon? So we're excited. Get your level 25 Prebis, equip your runes, find 9 of your best friends, and get ready. The Classic team is proud to announce Level Up Raids. New instance challenges for raid groups to experience the max level for each of Season of Discovery's content bands. Woo! At level 25, Blackfathom
Dude,
Deeps
I'm
is
excited.
the first level up raid that you'll experience in
Dude,
Season
they
of
should have
Discovery.
done.
Groups should be easy
Dead
to form.
Mind
Grab a couple
Raid.
tanks and healers, make a party of 10, you're good to go. God knows, everyone and their mom can tank and heal in Season of Discovery now, so that shouldn't be a problem. And content phases in Season of Discovery won't be as long as traditional classic expansion patches either. And we want you to have as many opportunities to explore and plunder the riches within. And
Chat, I don't know if you guys seen this. Instead of Black Fathom Deep, they should have done this. Dead Mines raid, chat. That would have been fucking sick. I love Dead Mines. I don't know if you guys saw this. This was insanely well made. So someone made Dead Mines into a raid. I'll share the video with you guys. But look how cool it looks. This is the wood shop. Much bigger. Because BFD is like... Yeah. Dead Mine is popular though. Dead Mine is one of my favorite dungeons in Classic. I don't think BFD is that popular. I feel like this place is so cool. Yeah, Dead Mine is iconic. Like, doesn't this look sick? Look at this. It's a whole ass ship. Just make it massive. There's Cookie with his cooking pot. Yeah, this place looks sick. That's cool. Van Cleef did nothing wrong. Van Cleef did do nothing wrong. He got robbed. Dude, this looks so cool, doesn't it? I would have loved to see them do Dead Mine. That would have been so cool. I'll link it to you guys. Here you guys go. It's a big boy ship. If they did something like that, that would have been cool, dude. That would have been cool.
such, Black Fathom will offer a 3-day lockout, much like the raid Zul'Gurub.
Just like ZG. I'm excited for SM though. I think SM raid is gonna be lit.
The story's the same. The location and creatures may be familiar to some, but the challenges and rewards are brand new. 7 new bosses are here to both entertain and test your skills. And how could we not make raid content without new loot? Existing quests and rewards have also been updated for the raid as well.
Yo,
And you'll even be able to find secrets within the
Haven't.
raid. Can you solve the mystery of the Twilight Artisan? Can you find the recipes for Black Fathom sharpening stones and wizard oil? And will you be the first group to access the new world buff, Boon of Black Fathom? Ooh.
There's a new world buff and beat. What?
Okay. I love your guys' enthusiasm. This is amazing. Let's peek behind the curtain at what challenges await players in Black Fathom, you know, or as we affectionately call it, BFD, not to be confused with BRD or BFA or BWL or BWD. You guys get the idea.
Yeah.
Baron Aquinas, he guards the entrance. No longer a simple quest NPC. You must challenge his elemental lieutenants that inhabit the Fathom Stones and defeat him. And in doing so, you may face off against Aquinas himself atop the infamous jumping puzzle. You know, and jump you must to get in range of the Baron, but beware both the boss and your teammates, because there are many a peril that may knock you off. In all honesty, this boss is lightly tuned, and there are some hidden power-ups below the water to help you return to the platform. Next off, you must face against Gamura, the fearsome turtle that's been swimming in the enchanted waters of the deeps for a long, long time. You know, exposure to these energies has granted her both power and size, but most importantly, she's now protected by a magical barrier that protects her against almost any attack. Break through this barrier and start blasting for massive damage. Get your orange parse.
Orange parse and BFD. Oh god. I mean,
To the
people are gonna go
attention
for that
of
for
Lady
sure.
Saravis, a powerful and reckless Naga sea witch who commands a legion of Black Fathom elite in Myrmidons. She is a formidable foe that will overwhelm you unless you find a way to turn her own spells
I'm
against
rubber.
her and her
You're
minions.
glue.
Put your faith
These 3 bosses round out the prologue of Black Fathom
Yahoo.
Deeps.
Hey,
and all
SAVIX.
3 are
Love your
available to fight
stream.
in
Love
our
you
demo
too.
in
Thank
Hall
you,
D.
26,
Check
my
it out.
man. Thank you, thank you.
And that's not it.
Gelly has.
Witness the corruption of Gellyhast and take on the march of the Void Murlocs. Break past Lorgus Jet's magical barriers and corrupted totems. Conquer your dreams as you challenge Twilight Lord Kelris. And good luck against the giant Void Hydra. Seriously, you're going to need it. And not to forget, there will be glittering prizes awaiting you, including some of these fancy items.
Phantom Blade. Blast all enemies in front of you. 1% hit. Oh, the hit at that level is so huge. Wait, so Strike of the Hydra becomes Phantom Blade? Clam Weave Tunic. You're not entirely certain, but you're pretty sure the clam weaving isn't a real thing. Increased healing spell. He has some insane low level trinkets. Shadow resistant attack power.
Now, telling you all this is great, but I think we'd rather just show you. So it is my pleasure to provide a quick sneak peek video of the raid, edited by the team itself, as though it was pulled straight from a community website in 2005. Please take a look.
Sure. That's how the meme start. Wait, what meme? People using clam to reset CDs. Oh, gotcha. 4 candles. And they hate each other. Oh shit. Dude, that's the place I died at on my druid when I was soloing. Right there. I was fucking circling around this pillar And this guy shoots me through the wall. Oh my goodness. That guy's a rare spawn, right? The human, but he's there permanently now. Wait, are warlocks just perma meta form, or is it just clips? It's perma meta? What? That's insane. You look badass in your RL appearance on S-Fan stream. I haven't seen that. Do you have a clip of them? Damn,
That's
warlock.
it for today, guys. We're looking forward
Warlock
to...
seems
Oh,
fun.
That's that shouldn't be here.
Placeholder. No more gone.
That should definitely
SM.
Okay, sorry, we should have okay.
Papers, Pauper's Walk. Where is this shed? Is this Duskwood Underground or? Oh, the Karazhan underneath. What? Oh shit. Okay, I remember doing the Toon quest in here in TBC. I think I did it with Yasuo, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know the head down room. Damn. So no
That's
more
it for
gone
today.
SM and Kara.
On behalf of
That's
the Classic
cool.
team, and as Anna mentioned at the top,
That's cool.
nothing that we do in WoW Classic would be possible without all of your support.
This is Classic Plus in a way, right?
And your voice. Thank you so much for
I
making
think
the
this will
dream
be
of WoW
fun.
Classic
I
and
think I'll
all
definitely
the
have fun.
experiences we're working on a reality.
It's Classic Plus without saying it's Classic Plus. They're on the right track, kinda. Yeah.
We can't wait to see what else we have in store for the future.
I
We
didn't
can't wait
see
for you
that.
to see. So please stay tuned for Hearthstone, what's next, coming up right after this. And we hope you have enjoyed this look ahead at what's next for WoW Classic. I want to reiterate, this is just a taste of all that you're going to uncover in Season of Discovery. And for those of you here at BlizzCon, we hope you get to
Season
take
Discovery
on the first
sounds
3 bosses
awesome.
of our
This
Black
looks
Fathom
awesome.
Beat
Excited for
Parade
Season
on the show
Discovery.
floor.
Hype for Season
And
Discovery.
for everyone else, we're
Okay,
so
it's
excited for you
having
to
good
experience
retention.
it when Season of Discovery launches worldwide in just a few short weeks on November 30th.
November 30th, boys. November 30th.